Hey guys, today is June 12th, 2013, and the sun is rising through the trees on top of my garden. Wow! Look at that. Look at that right there. We've just had about 2 weeks of rain. It's right here. This right here is in the past week. Almost 4 inches of rain. Wow. It rained probably 3 days, and then it stopped raining for a day, and then it rained 3 more days. So we've had a lot of rain. And look at this. Look at my sunflowers. Man, look at my tomatoes. I've already got one all the way to the top of the cage already. Wow. I've got some watermelons, cucumbers. I've got a few sunflowers blooming. I've already picked a bunch of peppers. Tomatoes, I've got over 100 tomatoes on the vine already. I'm about to plant my second row any day now. Zucchini's coming off like every day. And my corn, oh my goodness. I'll try to put in a clip of my last update on my corn just to let y'all see how much it's grown over the past 10 days. But I fertilized my corn last week. I went ahead and planted my squash and my beans on this side. My beans I planted just probably 5 days ago. They're already sprouting here. See that? Pretty doggone awesome. On this side here, my corn's filling out real good all the way down. I don't know if you could tell in there, but it's filling out real good. My beans, excuse the grass, I gotta cut the grass around here. The rain just makes everything grow super fast. My beans are going up my stalks pretty good. I'll come around the side and show you this bean plant right here. I had a corn stalk right here, but something come in here and ate it, so I ripped it up. So it's actually already done grown to the next stalk and started wrapping around it. And there's beans all the way up to here. So no matter how far apart you plant your beans, it will find something to climb up. In the middle here, I got my straight neck squash. Not sure how well it's gonna do since it don't get that much sun. This is my first year doing the Three Sisters, so we'll see how it turns out. Look at that corn, it's getting a little bigger, so hopefully the kernels are forming on it. If I can keep the squirrels from eating everything, I might get me a little bit of corn this year. Alright guys, my first row here, I've got cucumbers to the middle of the row and cantaloupes all the way to the end there. Now I've got a lot of bees out here this morning. They're real active early in the morning, so I'm going to be careful showing y'all what I got growing. So far I've got that cucumber growing, still a little too small to pick. Come on in here and look at this one. I've got that one growing. Here's one I can show you. A lot of them are still really small, but the amount of bees that I'm having flying around here, I'm sure to get a lot more. This variety of cantaloupe is called ambrosia. One of the best cantaloupes I've ever tasted. There's one growing. There's a little baby one there, just started growing. Through the grass here, you can see that one growing. Looks pretty good. Alright guys, off to the second row here. I've got okra. I planted a lot of seeds down this row here. I want a lot of okra this year, and by God, I'm gonna get it. Go ahead and thin one of them out. Alright, I'll skip a row, and there are my sunflowers. I'm telling you, they are over 6 foot tall. And I believe this rain we just had made them grow a foot in a couple days. Let me show you one I got. The rain made that one bloom real quick. Flowers. I like planting a lot of sunflowers. They bring a lot of bees to your garden, and bees are very, very helpful. Look how pretty that one is. This sunflower here that looks like it's got the fire in it, I think I got these seeds from Walmart. But it's got the word fire in it, I know that. Look how many bees is on that one. Amazing. And here is the third one on this aisle. Very, very pretty. Next row over, my zucchini. I've been harvesting zucchini, which will be in my harvest video at the end of the month. But I've been harvesting probably 3 or 4 zucchini every day. Seems like every day. Let me show you one in there. There's one. Almost ready to pick. Probably perfect size for some people. This thing is huge. It's taking up a good, it's 3 feet from there to there and another 3 feet, so it's taking up a good 6 foot of space. Alright, moving on over. My peppers are going there, my tomatoes are going here. I know I said by the next update I was going to get my tomatoes and peppers in, but they're not quite that big yet inside the house. It will probably be this weekend. I'm going to just go ahead and plant them. Just by the next update there will be tomatoes and peppers on these 2 aisles here. Next row, tomatoes. I almost think I'm going to have to do a separate video for my tomatoes. Here is the famous Dester tomato. There's only a couple on this plant here. I cannot wait to eat this one. I've got a bunch on my Italian heirloom. Some down there. There's a bunch up here. And there's a bunch right beside them. Man, I thought this was another plant, but it's actually the same plant. There's a lot of tomatoes on this plant. Look at my Roma tomatoes. They're growing pretty nicely. Cherokee Purple's growing pretty good. And my Heinz tomato plant, growing really good. Got tomatoes all the way up this thing. And my Chocolate Stripes tomato. It's got a couple on it, growing pretty good. My Chocolate Stripes is a plant that's already all the way to the top of my fence here. I do not know why either. It must be in some good part of that soil. And here's my cherry tomato. I've got a bunch of blooms on here. Not sure why. I haven't done anything special to this plant other than fertilize and pluck the suckers off of it and prune it a little bit. But I don't think every flower is going to produce a tomato. I just have a lot of blooms on here. Alrighty, for the next row, my peppers. I've harvested a bunch of these banana peppers. I've got a bell pepper growing there, pretty good. That one looks pretty good. Look at the peppers inside this one. I haven't even seen these peppers. They must have been decoyed with the leaves. My Cubanelle peppers, growing pretty good. These plants actually get too many peppers on them and they start falling over. As you can see, my next one here is falling over. That'll be okay. And my Aurora Peppers. These are the purple peppers that turn red. Now, I apologize for anybody that has rushed out to buy these pepper plants. They are hot. I gave a guy one of these plants at work and he told me that they were hot, so I didn't believe him. I come home and tried them and they set me on fire. Here's another plant I've got. They're not very hot, but they are hot, so be careful. And my habaneros. I do not have one pepper on my habaneros. I'm not sure what's up with it. On the next row here, I planted a whole row of onions and only 2 survived, and that's these here. They're growing pretty good, but I've never had no luck in growing onions, so we'll see what happens probably by the next update. And I planted this cabbage plant a little too late. I just wanted to see what it would do. It's growing pretty good for right now, I guess, until the temperatures get too hot. But beside it is my sunflowers. Man, look how tall that one is. That's probably 10 foot tall. I'm pretty sure that this variety is my mammoth variety. The mammoth varieties grow really, really tall. I've got one right there that's about to bloom, probably today. So that'll be really good. Alright guys, a couple rows over, I've got my Clemson spineless okra. I've got about 10 or 11 plants down this row here. They're growing really nice. I cannot wait to start picking okra. Alright, last but not least, my watermelons and my cucumbers. I've got a lot of watermelons coming off this thing. Let me just show y'all a few of them. There's one growing real nice. There's one growing, or a couple growing there. Look at this monster here. It's growing pretty good. And wow, look at that thing. It's shaded pretty good. The sun ain't beaming on it. This one right here will probably be my first one I pick here. It's my biggest one. And the second part of my row is my cucumbers. I've only got about 4 or 5 of them in there. I don't really want to thumb through there. There's a lot of bees down this aisle here. I don't want to scare them away either. Alright guys, here's a grand overlook of my garden here. Everything's growing pretty good, no complaints. Look forward to my harvest video at the end of the month. I hope to be harvesting my corn in the next couple of weeks, so look forward to that video. And maybe even some tomatoes. Alright guys, see y'all on the next update. Thank y'all for watching.